All right, hi guys. So welcome to week 2. This week we'll be focusing on fiction, which I'm sure a lot of you fiction writers are super excited about. There's going to be a couple of changes from last week to this week. First, I'll be uploading all the Craft Talk videos onto YouTube and posting the link to those under the Fiction Resources tab in our Moodle page. So hopefully we won't have any issues like we had last time with trying to access the videos. It's a learning process, but I think we're getting a good groove going. And these videos will be made public, so no one should have any issues accessing them. And please make sure you watch all the videos before Tuesday's Zoom meeting so we can discuss some of the elements and have a worthwhile conversation. And again, our meeting time for Tuesday is going to remain the same. It's going to be 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Second, you have example readings, just like you did last week. However, these readings are going to be excerpts from short stories. Some are just a paragraph or two long. Some are 10 pages long. There are 7 total, and just like last week, I would like you guys to do at least 5. Because these excerpts are longer pieces, you won't be getting the full background information to fully understand the story just by reading it, but I'm going to put background context above the link on the story just to kind of give you like, here's what's happening in the story so you're not like totally lost in the ocean when you're reading it. So I want you guys to pay attention to the execution style of the story more than the content of the story itself. In this class, we're focusing on how the writer did what they did and how they did it well, not necessarily on the story that the writer wrote, like what it was about. So as you read these, pay attention to the discussion questions that are paired with them. However, unlike last week's reading, it'll be difficult to try to find these stories on Google since they're included in print collections you have to pay, like you have to buy. So as you'll see, I scanned the pages of these stories rather than located them on the internet. You'll also see that some of my own notes are in the scanned pages. Use it as you want or ignore them. In the discussion question prompts, I have noted where you need to start and where you need to stop reading. So again, pay really close attention to the discussion question prompts that go with each excerpt of writing. And if anyone finds a specific story really, really interesting, I'd be happy to scan the rest of the story to you. It just might be a few weeks before I can get to like another scanner. And as a reminder, those discussion posts are due Wednesday at 5 p.m. And I did hyperlink these stories. It's going to be a downloadable link, kind of like the David Kirby poem that we had last week. And it's going to say like Moodle outreach, then a lot of things, but it's going to be a red hyperlinked thing that's included in the discussion question. So you don't have to go fishing throughout all the Moodle to find these stories. I'm going to just include them with the discussion prompt. I think we talked about that last week, and I think that's a really, really easy way to do it. And out of these example pieces, there are 2 that you're going to read in its entirety. One of the stories is 2 paragraphs long, which is called a microfiction piece. And then one is 10 pages long, which I know seems like a lot, but for my science fiction folks, the 10 pages long story is a really good one to check out because it does a really good job of blending elements of science fiction into real world scenarios. And since that is more of a chunkier piece, well, since I think all of these are, going to be longer, obviously, than reading a poem, I do suggest that you guys start reading them before Wednesday, but obviously just work at whatever pace you're comfortable with. So for Thursday, same game as last week. Submit your own writing drafts to me by 8 p.m. I will respond to everyone individually by the order it was submitted. Parameters for your submission, it must be at least 4 pages long and no greater than 7 pages. Your submission can either be a full short story or an excerpt from a larger work. Novelist, I'm looking at you. However, if it is an excerpt from a larger piece of yours, please let me know and give me the context of the original story. What's the plot? All that kind of stuff so I can understand the submission better. And all of what I just said is in your draft submission folder on Moodle, so you don't need to refer back to this video when you get to writing if you forget the parameters. Friday, we'll be doing the same workshop style. If we have extra time, we'll discuss the example pieces like we did last Friday. I urge everyone not to talk or write comments in the text box in Zoom while someone is reading their piece. Save those comments until they're after done reading. So that's the rundown for this week. Feel free to email me if anyone has any questions about anything, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Woo!